the real reason that Kobe Bryant's helicopter crashed. The pilot of the helicopter that was carrying Kobe, his teen daughter, and 6 others to a basketball game told air traffic control that he was, quote, climbing to avoid a cloud layer. This just before the aircraft crashed, which, as we know, killed every single person on board. When the pilot, identified by friends as Ara Zobayan, was asked what he planned to do after reporting that he was going to climb to avoid that cloud layer, there was no reply. Radar data indicates that the helicopter climbed to 2,300 feet and then began a left descending turn. Last radar contact was around 9:45 a.m., and this is consistent with the accident location. Authorities received a 911 call at 9:47 a.m., this reporting the helicopter crash and subsequent brush fire on a hillside in Calabasas. Zobayan, who is reportedly instrument rated, which meant that he was able to fly in fog and clouds, had received special permission just minutes earlier to fly at less than the basic visual flight conditions. Those stipulate that you are supposed to have at least an 1,000-foot ceiling and 3 miles of visibility. However, on that fateful day, the weather observed at the nearby Van Nuys Airport at around 9:51 a.m. recorded a visibility of only 2.5 miles with 80% relative humidity and a ceiling of 1,300 feet. That, along with calm winds and some haze. To further illustrate how bad it was, we can look at the fact that the visibility conditions were poor enough that helicopters at airports in the Los Angeles area, including those belonging to both the sheriff's and city police departments, have been grounded. Another thing I found after doing some digging is that Kobe Bryant's helicopter did not have a black box. If you're unfamiliar, a black box is basically what you put on an airplane or a helicopter that allows you to see a bunch of different signals, a bunch of different data that's collected. It's practically indestructible. So after crashes and things like that, or if a plane gets stolen or is reported missing, authorities can look at the black box and get a lot of data and information that can be useful in figuring out exactly what happened. The helicopter pilot for Kobe Bryant's helicopter instead used an iPad. An iPad obviously is not going to be as good for data collection because after the crash, it's probably not in a condition that's even close to something that you could get data from. One of the investigators said that it was a pretty devastating accident scene, and that the debris field was around 500 to 600 feet. If you're unfamiliar with helicopter crashes, that is a massive debris field that is bigger than a lot of other ones, meaning that the speed at which the helicopter hit the ground was a very high speed. Every single person would have died instantly. We can take a little bit of solace knowing that there was no pain and suffering. As tragic and terrible as this event was, as many people as it hurt and still continues to hurt, it does make me feel a little bit more at peace knowing that there was not even a second of suffering for any of the passengers or the pilot on board. In an interview with Barstool Sports, Bryant, who was known to commute via helicopter during his NBA career, said he'd end up missing his kids' after-school activities and other events because of the traffic in LA, and he wanted to find a better way to balance training and family time. Quote, "My routine was always the same. Weights early in the morning, kids to school, fly down, practice like crazy, do my extra work, media, everything I need to do, fly back, get in the carpool lane and pick the kids up." That gives you an idea of how much Kobe Bryant was flying around. Zobayan was Bryant's private pilot, according to one of his flight students, Darren Kemp, who told us that the NBA star didn't let anyone else fly him around. That means he trusted him 100%. So to all those people who are saying theories like the pilot purposely crashed or that it was some kind of terrorist attack or something along those lines, all of those are false. This is someone that Kobe Bryant trusted. This is someone that was Kobe Bryant's pilot for a long time and had been doing a good job all the way up until this tragic event. So basically what happened is the pilot went up to try to avoid crashing, and in doing that got a little bit disoriented.
They can become disoriented and lose control of the aircraft.
Because of all the fog, he was not able to visibly see his surroundings. At that point, the helicopter started to lose its stability in the air. It was already too late. There was nothing that could be done to prevent this fiery crash after it had already gone to that extent. This pilot who was trusted, this pilot who had been flying for so long, made one simple error and it cost us the life of a legend, his daughter, and some other families who meant a lot to a lot of people as well. We have to remember that. It wasn't just Kobe, it wasn't just his daughter. There were other families on board as well, and they deserve that same respect that we're paying to Kobe. I will do my best to keep all of you subscribers updated here on the FlexWeight YouTube channel as more information comes in. RIP Kobe Bryant.